Hello everybody and welcome back to a new mod showcase. Today we've got the, would you believe, Immortal Empires Expanded version 3. Well, version 3 in terms of mod showcases. I've covered this mod 3 times now. But every time I seem to cover it and it seems to fade off into obscurity, at least in my brain. Chaos Robbie comes out of the woodworks with all his chums to deliver another chock-a-block addition to Immortal Empires Expanded. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know if there's going to be a part 4 of this mod because he's done near enough everything. Maybe to Nippon in the future. Hell, I mean, maybe he could even revisit some of the original places. Lustria. But we shall see. But it is still such a good addition of what he's done now to Khuresh and some of the southern Chaos Wastes. So what I thought is, obviously it's definitely needed to show you all in all its glory and kind of show you off around the map. So with that being said, I hope you do enjoy this mod showcase. As ever, the mod link will be in the description below. Leave a like if you haven't already and subscribe if you haven't already. Everything like that really does mean the world to me. So with that being said, let's jump into it and see what Chaos Robbie has cooked this time. Let's go. Okay, so here we go. It feels like only yesterday I was doing the updated version of this mod for Ind, I believe. But as ever, Chaos Robbie is a naughty boy and all his team have been great and actually got, well, I would like to think I've completed the map. It wouldn't be a Immortal Empires Expanded mod showcase without me saying that I forgot to show you some things. So what I'm going to show you real quick is basically some of the old Immortal Empires map has also been expanded. There's like an extra settlement here, just just because I forgot to include it, and it is part of the mod. Obviously, they've put work into obviously including these things like this. So there's an extra settlement there. There's an extra settlement here as well, so you've got 2 more settlements, and I think the castle is an extra settlement as well. So yeah, 3 more settlements here, and then if we go down to Araby, I do apologise for the slight blue balling here, but hey, it will all be worth it in the end. And then these ogres down here have 2 more settlements here. We've got Sud and Akaba. That's how I'm going to say it. So, with this newly updated version of Immortal Empires Expanded, I think we're pretty much there at the end. We have got now an expansion to the southern Chaos Wastes, as you can see here, connecting all the way down here to where the High Elves were. High Elves settlement's looking really, really nice, by the way. And then finally, we've got the opening up of Khuresh itself. I was literally saying, like 3 mod showcases ago, how, well, I'm sure any day now we'll get Khuresh updated, and we have, well, literally, just like that, got Khuresh updated. I believe this was here, Isle of the Monkey King, and this oil rig settlement. Still looks really nice then, though, but they have had some kind of oil spill here. But yeah, we'll ignore that. So going down, we'll start off with the Southern Chaos Waste. Again, blue balling you for Khuresh because it is a beautiful area. Southern Chaos Waste now goes all the way from where the Altar for Caves ends, the Rapturous Excess faction. It normally gets cut off here. It now goes all the way across to some Skaven. An interesting faction here, I'll get back to them in a second. Some Chaos Warriors and then some more Tzeentch, I believe, down here before we hit back to the High Elves. So as we just go along, we've now got a Skaven faction here called Clan Crooktail. Cool thing is, Clan Crooktail is in the Skaven Clans mod. This isn't the Skaven Clans mod version, but they are a clan in that as well. So it'd be nice to see if some compatibility might be worked around there, where you can get Clan Crooktail with the legendary lore from Skaven Clans included here. That could be pretty cool. Moving over here, we've got this faction. So this is Skullfest Warherd, right? But it's a Beastman faction, but it's got a corn demon. I forgot his bloody what the oh my god, Reapers, Blood Reapers. I forgot what they're called. It's got one of them as the Lord, obviously for the faction. Anyway, it's a Horde faction. But I thought that was pretty interesting. That it's going to be obviously led by a corn demon. But it is technically a Beastmen faction, which is kind of cool. Moving on east, we now have the Dread of Calabad. I believe that's a B, not a H. Calabad. Yeah, I believe so. Chaos Warriors faction owning a couple of settlements over here on the very edge of the world here. There's a Shrine of the Last Smile, interesting. Star Metal Cemetery, Cradle of Ash and Joy. I believe, may I just add, that this is going to be where one of the Sinesh factions will spawn in the DLC. So this will be a great start for you if obviously you're playing as that faction. Obviously, might have to wait a little bit for the sub-mod I've covered in the past, which adds lords to these areas. But yeah, another good one there, which will add hopefully some different stat positions when that comes out. As we head and past the Cradle of Ash and Joy here, we now get the Sliding Terror Tzeentch faction, obviously going all the way down here. It's called South Manybeaks, sure. And then eventually hitting over here with the Gate Guards. Now, the North and South Fortress look absolutely beautiful, may I add. So, the High Elves, I mean, outside of Tor Laha, excuse me, which has kind of been abandoned to the waste, I'll be honest. Inside here is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Just look at that, being able to come into the bubble. Like, oh my god. It is so nice. It is so nice. There's a rainbow and everything. But, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Obviously, excusing the horrors of what is happening outside with literal demons having some kind of group gathering here. I mean, there's like a horse there, laid down, enjoying its best life. It's so fucking beautiful in here. It really is. There's also there as well. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. But with that being said, that is obviously just a redone version, looking beautiful as ever. But we have seen this before. Let's get down to the meat of the mod showcase and show you Khuresh. So before we had Ind over here, which was absolutely beautiful. And then Khuresh just looked like a bit of a hellscape. So if we go, I do apologise about the gloom, the green haze over the top of it there, but it adds to the atmospheric effect there. So as you can see here, this is the natural border going along here. This is what was part of the old map. So that's where you would normally stop. We now have this faction, Agents of the Moon, which is again is a pretty cool looking Cathane faction. These boys are actually part of the Old World mod, so it's nice to see another Old World mod getting included. Sorry, an Old World mod faction getting included into here. Moving on down the eastern side. By the way, it just looks so nice, and as you get deeper, it gets even more like green hazy. Moving on the eastern side here, we've got the Rotten Knot Vampire Coast faction, led by Lana, which is really nice. Again, variety is the spice of life, as some would say. So it's nice to see them, obviously, just getting just different factions here, there, and everywhere. As we head even more south, we've got the Harbingers of Pain, which is actually the same faction as what is over here. They've just got 2 extra settlements over here, which isn't too bad. Moving down to the very southern, well, southeast-ish of Khuresh, we've now got, not now, we still have Leofric's Fellowship occupying a couple of settlements, not too much. He used to occupy loads. Look at this place, by the way. What on earth is this? Mount Byror? It's whispered that the blue fire mountains can melt more than stone. Dreams, memories, and even the mind itself. It draws the reckless close to its radiant heart. So it's just like a blue volcano. That looks fucking beautiful. Yeah, that looks so nice. As we head further south, we now have an occupied tiger cage isle. I believe there was like a sunken settlement here, which I said I would like to live in, like a hole in the ground. But that doesn't seem to be here anymore, which is it's a shame. Bring back the hole in the ground. Hashtag bring me back my haul. Oh, maybe that's it actually. Oh, maybe that's it. We'll get back to that in a second. Yeah, so a little bit more south here, pretty much the southern tip of Khuresh. We have another Skaven clan, Clan Rikek, led by Boiler of Cripple Peak there. They've actually got quite a few settlements as well, not looking too bad for themselves there, with I believe 4 settlements. Yeah, not too bad. Again, Spice of Life, you've got some Bretonians, you've got some Skaven, you've got some Vampire Coast, Dark Elves and other such. On the western side of this fucking glorious volcano range here, what's this? Mount Hantic. Cool, I love the little odd tidbits. We've got Loesh's Indulgence, which is another Snash faction. I believe this is... I don't know, I recognise them from somewhere. This is either base game, Warhammer 3, which has been taken out. Realms of Chaos base game / faction. Pervel, yeah, I want to say it is. Or someone who's been replaced. I don't know, I recognise them from somewhere. Pervel, Loesh's Indulgence, or from another mod. This could also be like an old mod. Recognise them from somewhere, but they're not looking too bad for themselves as well. With plenty of settlements there as well. I've actually got a Shadow Rift here. Where does this connect to? Okay, it says to Bellicor's faction, so Bellicor could maybe come down here. This is going to make you weep and cry a little bit. So here we've got another Wood Elf settlement here called Saturn. It is occupied by some beastmen, so, and again, fuck the Wood Elves, we've got some beastmen, called Dapkar, and this is the Orobagor War Herd. Now, I don't know if you've seen the Mercenaries of Khuresh mod, but the Orobagor, yeah, them, are literally horse beastmen, which is such a shame, because basically what this is insinuating is those horse beastmen would be occupying the settlement if they were an official mod or official part of the game. However, they're not, and we don't have any official models. So what we do have is some generic beastmen who can dress like Orobagor beastmen. So it's a shame. It's a shame. It's like the lesser of two evils. It's the only thing we've got, so we'll make up with what we've got. But it's such a shame that the beastmen have to replace the actual native and the inspired location of who lives here. So yeah, such a shame. But it is what it is. As we keep on scanning over, we go more central Khuresh here, and we've got some Cornate boys. We've got the Servants of the Blood Naggers. Now, these boys were occupying the western coast quite heavily before all this got updated. Also, the sound effects sound fucking glorious as well. These occupy more central now. In the very middle, we've got... I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to try and say... Scions of Zolahanka. Yeah, Lisbon. These actually have, again, quite a nice setup here in the middle. Plenty of settlements in the middle here. Again, just looking so nice. Looking so nice. I've got one in the middle of the lake here. Got one over here. Sipsat. Yeah, so nice. As we head a little bit more north, we've got some greenskins, which again own shit tons of settlements. 5 settlements, I think that is. Which is naughty. So this is your Speaking Trees. Greenskins tribe. So yeah, not too bad. Led by Zajar Frogboggler. Cool name. On the border to Cafe, we've also got the Snakebiters, Ogre Kingdom tribe there, occupying a couple of settlements. What that one, and this one, led by Fogub. And that one, holy. And then, because we are greedy, us Empire factions, the Guest of the Raja also occupy the fort over here across the river. So, yeah, we can never settle for less. We'll take everything we can get. The last faction here, on the very western flank, we also have the Storm Ravens, a Norskin clan here. Kind of occupying, the western part of the Khuresh inland, and then also Malay over here. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this where the lions go in the new Lion King movie. Right. that's, that's such an obscure reference. I swear that's where they try and find. If you've seen the new Lion King movie, I feel sorry for you. But I swear they go off looking for Malay. Or Malay? I don't know. Oh dear. I've got kids, by the way. That's why I watch these films. At least that's what I tell myself. But yeah, as you look around the map, you're going to see a lot more like little lore segments here as well, which is going to be really nice. Gets you in the mood for the settlements. There's also a really nice... Where is it? There's a yeah, here. Look at this. A really nice waterfall here with the snake statue in the mountains. It's so nice. Oh, it's so nice. And with that, I'm going to be done again. I'm done. I would like to say this is it now. Immortal Empires Expanded has done us wonders and has made the game look so fucking beautiful. I would like to say that is it. However, Chaos Robbie likes to be a bit of a naughty boy, and it wouldn't surprise me if he does something else. I'll be honest. No, I'm not even going to say it. I know exactly what's coming next. Nippon. I'll be back again for episode 4 of Immortal Empires Expanded, where I also tell you about another place I've forgotten, coincidentally, probably at some point. And then we'll have an updated version of Nippon. I reckon that's what I'll do. It's the only place left. If he wants to keep on expanding it, credit to him if he can do it. But surely the man must be running out of space. The only thing I can say is if he starts going back and touching up, obviously, old settlements. I think a lot of us would like Lustria to be a little bit more, dare I say, opened up. A little bit more, dare I say, larger. With a certain Teotihuacan faction reintroduced. Pretty please. Chaos Robbie, get me in there, thank you. But with that being said, I believe that is all she wrote. A nice little mod showcase update for obviously the Immortal Empires mod. Please do check out the other mod showcases for Immortal Empires Expanded, which I've already covered, which will show you pretty much everything else which has been included. Obviously all of this northern chaos waste for northern steppes and stuff like that. South and North Korea now going a bit crazy. Oh, they've actually been changed. Oh no, Chaos Robbie. Excuse me, Chaos Robbie's actually lost his faction there. So there you go. There's one thing I almost forgot. Chaos Robbie's actually lost his faction, bless him. So there we've got the Cult of the Painted Skin now, instead of Chaos Robbie. Kind of a cool Sineshi Lord Pink Chaos Warrior faction. Looking pretty cool, nevertheless. Looking at it, the rest of it, I think we're good. Warhood of Koog there. Is that another one? That is another... Oh my god, there's stuff everywhere. That's another one. Warhood of Koog. It's either I missed it or this is new again. Another Beastmen faction here. Yep, looking really nice. I want to say their icon might have changed as well from the previous one. God, he just can't help himself, can he? He can't help himself. Stay away. Cannot help himself. So yeah, I'm fairly certain that is a new Wood Elf. Great Oak settlement or whatever, the Wood Elf settlement there. And I'm want to say that's it. I want to say everything else is the same. God, I'm just scanning now. Let's have a look over here real quick at the very northern western part, because that's another place he also made additions to. Yeah, the Frigid Wasteland has no one occupying it, which is interesting. And then, yeah, just a Nurgle faction occupying these new settlements over here. So, yeah, there you go. That is, I'm going to say, officially it. If I did miss anything, don't worry, there'll be episode 4 when Nippon gets updated. But with that being said, I hope you have enjoyed this little teasy mod showcase. It's a mod we've covered now 3 times, but each time it gets better and better. And with the additions and the love crafting of this mod, it's definitely something I thought I should, and you should see. Definitely something I should show you, sorry. So with that being said, I hope you have enjoyed this one. Leave a like if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already as well, as we keep on growing up and up. We're at over 1,000 subs now, which is absolutely glorious. And I hopefully will catch you all in the next one. Have a good rest of your day, and bye. Voice break. I'm not cutting it out, we're going with it. Bye.